Hello and welcome back for Season 2 of the Path Podcast. We are very excited to be here. My name is Jason.
My name is Derrick.
And we are so happy that you have decided to join us again as we walk down the path that God sets before us in our lives.
That's right.
And we just wanted to we want to ease back into this whole podcast thing. I don't know if you guys are aware of what's going on this year, but there's this pandemic going on. And
have you heard of this thing called the coronavirus?
I've heard people mention it. It seems to be kind of a big deal. But in all of that craziness, we've got a lot to talk about that we've not had the opportunity to share with. And so today, what we want to do is just take a moment and sort of let you know where we're going to be going over the next few months. We plan on having 12 episodes in this season.
Season 2.
Season 2.
Yeah.
12 episodes, and we feel like we have some really interesting content to share with you about over the next few next several weeks.
And I think maybe that's where we should start, because we had a certain way of doing podcasts prior to this. We are changing up a little bit.
That's right.
So tell us a little bit about the change up.
Yeah, so we wanted to, originally this podcast was created to go along with a sermon series that we were working through back in the spring. And that was fantastic.
Called The Path.
Imagine that. Aptly named. And it was great. It worked out good. And I feel like I learned, Derrick learned, you learned, we all learned. It was a great time.
There's a whole lot of learning going on.
There's a lot of learning going on, a lot of fun. But we felt like for this second season, as we kind of grow a little bit, you mature, you learn how to do things, you learn how to change things.
I have more gray hairs now in my beard than I did then.
This is true. I do too. I was noticing just the other day, I have some gray hairs in my beard that was surprising to me.
Wisdom.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Wisdom.
Yeah. Kim asked me if I was going to name them. I was like, I don't think I have time for that. But anyway, this time around, we obviously are still going to be talking about how Jesus leads us down a path to become more like Him, to grow into the people that God created us to be. But we're going to go about that in a very different way.
Right.
So before, where it was very much tied to our sermon series, this is going to be not as tied to a sermon series, because we're not doing the Path Part 2 this fall on Sunday mornings. But we are going to be continuing down our path just like we do in normal life.
Yeah, and so, in fact, we've already started the sermon series and are several weeks in. And so we're going to connect to that a little bit, but not fully.
Not exclusively.
Right. Yeah. And so, actually we are starting on the first Monday of October, which also happens to be a national holiday as well. I don't know if people are aware.
Holiday? Oh, that wasn't on my calendar. That's
no.
So weird.
Wait, I mean, it should be a national holiday.
I
It
see.
is my birthday today.
Happy
October
birthday
5th.
to
Actually, we're
you.
recording this ahead of time, but when it airs, it's my birthday.
Just for the record, Derrick's birthday is never celebrated just on his birthday.
No.
There's a whole season.
It's a birthday month.
There's a whole season.
Yes,
so.
yeah.
But just to kind of let you know what we've got coming ahead, we're going to have some really cool interviews this time around. We're going to interview some people about what it's like to have a godly marriage, because if you've been following along with us on Sunday mornings, we've been talking about our imperfect families up to this point, and part of that is that we are imperfect spouses.
Yeah.
And so we're going to interview one of Derrick's friends who's... Hey, why don't you tell them a little bit about Miss Holly?
Yeah,
Judy. Sort of as a teaser.
Yeah, Judy Holly is a great friend of ours from our previous church. She is a licensed professional counselor, and she is excellent at marriage counseling. And so she brings a lot of wisdom. We would do events at Lost Mountain about marriage that she was excellent at helping us create and help a lot of families. So she's going to help our people, the folks listening to the Path Podcast, on our first non-intro episode. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So next week we'll get to hear from Miss Holly, and then after that we're going to have some interviews with next Sunday on October the 11th. Ken Kington is going to be here talking with us on Sunday mornings in our services, and he's a pastor and a Christian comedian, extremely funny guy.
Yeah. I'm excited about
but also a guy who loves Jesus as well, and so we get to talk to him. I'm looking forward to that a lot.
Yeah, he's agreed to to interview with us in between
Yeah.
services that day, and so I'm really excited about that.
Yeah. We're going to have a couple of episodes this season that we thought it would be interesting for us to look at what are some things that we would like to recommend to help you in your Christian walk. So we're going to talk a couple of episodes about book recommendations.
Yeah, so you may not know this if you haven't had a chance to be in either Jason's or my office. We are quite the connoisseurs of books.
Yes.
And many of them have been read, many of them still to be read.
That's right.
At least on my shelf. And so we have some good recommendations, and we're going to share some of those with you. Why consume all that knowledge and not share it? So we're going to share you a little bit. Book recommendation. You know what? We may even have those in our library or whatever.
Yeah.
I know Carolyn's always looking for some new stuff there as well. So
we want to have some fun this season.
Oh yeah.
Fun is a good thing,
especially right now, man. So much
absolutely.
is serious right now. Too serious, and we need to give some levity to our situation sometimes.
So we're going to have a couple of episodes this season where I don't want to give too much away, but they will involve top 5 lists. And so I don't want to give away the topics yet just because I want to leave you in suspense and wondering, but a couple of top 5 episodes which are going to be really, really fun.
This may be a hint, and if you listen to this and can guess it, there may be something for you. So you can message us on Facebook or email us. If you can guess one of the topics is something Jason and I both are very interested in. So
and it's going to be,
if you can guess,
fantastically
it's
fun.
going to be awesome.
Fantastic.
If you can guess, message us, email us, and I think I could do a $5 gift card somewhere.
We could probably make that happen.
Yeah.
That brings up a great point. We want to interact with you. I feel like we said that and people didn't realize that we meant it a lot during the first season. There are lots of ways that you can get in contact with us. You can comment on our Facebook page. You can comment on our YouTube videos. We have an email address, which is
the path at LaFayettefirst.life.
LaFayettefirst.life. The path at LaFayettefirst.life. So we'd encourage you to email and interact with us. There's going to be several times where we're going to ask questions that we expect answers to. That's why we ask questions. We don't ask questions just to ask questions.
No.
I will say that there's going to be a couple of episodes this season that are going to be on location.
Yeah.
So that's going to be really exciting.
Yes.
We might be going into some kitchens. Derrick and I may be putting forward our best Emerald Lagasse impersonation. I don't know. There could be some fun food involved. Also, we wanted to take an opportunity this season. This has been a historic year, to say the least.
Man, that is that is a very that statement is probably not fully stated. Yes.
But it's been historic for our church. It's been historic for our community, for our country, for the world. And we wanted to take a moment and sort of look back at the history of our church from Lafayette First Baptist. But then we also wanted to take a look back at just this year. How has God worked and moved just this year? This year that has been 74 months long.
Yes.
How has God worked in the 74 months? It has felt so long.
74 months.
It has felt so long. But God has done some incredible stuff in spite of the fact that things have been crazy.
God is God, man. And
That's
He
right.
has shown Himself evident in so many ways.
That's right. But all those things, hopefully, to show you that we really have spent some time preparing for the season. We are really, really excited about what God can do through this, and we're looking forward to having some fun together too.
Yeah, we want you to join us in this journey. Let's have some fun together,
Yeah.
not just the two of us, but join us as well. Watch each week, subscribe, listen. Our podcast is on any
everywhere.
platform that we
That's right.
can put it on. And
right.
so you can hear it in so many different ways. And then we'll also have the videos. And so every week.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's right. We'd encourage you just to sort of enumerate that. We are available on Apple, Google, Spotify, The video podcast is on YouTube. And so we would encourage you to consume those however is most convenient for you. But subscribe, that makes a big difference.
Well, you can reach us on Facebook and Instagram too.
That's right.
We have a presence in both of those places. For a church-wise, we talked about doing podcast-centric, but I don't know that we haven't decided that yet. Yeah. But regardless, you can get in touch with us.
One thing, too, though, we do want to make a request of you, is that it is really, really helpful if you share our posts. So letting other people know about this podcast is super helpful. That way, the message kind of gets out a little further, and we're able to spread our influence a little more.
If you could leave a review, too, a rating and a review on any of those platforms, that will be helpful as well.
Absolutely. So any other final thoughts you'd like to, in this introductory episode of Season 2?
No, I'm excited about the days ahead, and I can't wait to share some knowledge with you in different ways than we have in the past. So, I'm excited. Join us, please. We want to have a fun time together. That's
right, absolutely. So we look forward to being with you over the next several weeks, celebrating the holidays together through this season. It's going to be fun, but until next time, I am Jason.
I'm Derrick.
And we look forward to seeing you really soon. Don't forget to share, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, to rate, all those things. And we look forward to seeing you really soon.